Hi guys, I'm Corey and welcome back to Diary of a Blonde Mom. Right now, I just wanted to take some time and talk about some things that we use in our homeschool to take a break from the regular workbook type curriculum and actually bring it to life and have a little fun. The reason we like to do this is because it kind of gets us out of a rut, first of all. And also, I find that it usually helps us to create somewhat of bridging the idea between, yeah, we're learning this, but how does it apply in life? So you'll see based on my picks here and what I'm going to show you exactly what I mean from that. So I want to start off with a couple of preschool games that I have been using lately and that I've really been enjoying. The first one, a lot of these are also by Lakeshore, not sponsored in any way. I just find a lot of value in the games that they have to offer. And if you are able to, you can look at Goodwill stores. They often have things or online different thrift sites like Poshmark. You can oftentimes find some of these games greatly reduced and don't have to pay full price for it. So the first one is this Get Ready to Write Gumball Grab. Again, like I said, this one does happen to be from Lakeshore as well. The reason that I like this, not only is it working on color recognition, but it's also working on strengthening and developing hand muscles. The purpose to the tweezers here is to get proper placement, kind of like they show here, for when kids start to write. Here's a visual so you kind of have an idea of the purpose and where that's going for the long term. Building the skill for the long term. So another way that you can strengthen and develop hand muscles before just forcing kids to write, because that's not going to be helpful in the proper development of those muscles. You could look at other pinching toys, like there's some on Amazon, like little, not metal tweezers, but they have like plastic tweezers, and you could take those in pom-poms or squeezing Play-Doh and molding Play-Doh into shapes. That's also building those and developing the muscles in your hands that you'll later depend on to use while you're writing. Another one that I have really been enjoying is Alphabet Island. This one is by Learning Resources. I did find this one online on Poshmark at one point. It's pretty much like a board game, and there's, I believe, a couple different ways to play. My girls just absolutely love feeding the letters to the shark, so that's fun. I'm working on letter recognition and sounds as well. So just building those skills early. Those are the two favorite things that I have that we're doing right now for preschool. But I have several things here for my older kids. I found this. The bag says Thinkfun. It says thinkfun.com. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby one day. My second grader has really been enjoying it, and the fact that it comes in a little travel size bag makes it really convenient. She's actually had this out in our vehicle, and it makes it really convenient to take on the go with us. So if we are going to the park or something, she has actually taken this out a couple times. So she's been really enjoying this game. But you take the little game board, there's the start and the finish, and there's a bunch of dice in here. And the purpose of this game is, I'm dropping pieces, just working on subtraction mostly. This has been her favorite, and I like that it has a focus on math because she's actually enjoying doing subtraction, and she's doing it rather quickly because she's enjoying it. So the repetition, when you're working on a skill, the repetition, especially when it's done in a fun way, is going to help them learn the skill faster than just the rote flashcards or paper workbooks. So if you find a fun way to learn something, they're going to learn it faster, and it's going to be more meaningful and exciting for them. The next couple things are Lakeshore. This is read the clock, so it's a time game. There is a board, a game board, and then there's little cards, and you're going around the clock and answering the questions, trying to figure out what time. There's smaller cards that give you a time shown on a clock, and then you have to match it with the time that goes around the game board, and that will help you progress through the game. So again, when it's done for some reason on a game board, it's a lot more fun than, okay, go ahead and show me this clock. However, or this time on the clock is what I meant. However, I say that, but this is a Melissa and Doug clock, and it came with like puzzle pieces that go along with the numbers here. I highly recommend this. My daughter does enjoy working with this, working on time with it. So I do recommend this as well. But the game seems a lot less painful, I guess, than, okay, show me 3:15 or show me 5:15. It's just because it's in game form, it's more fun. The next one works on money. So again, these are skills, like I believe they kind of start sprinkling it in around first grade, second grade for sure, third grade, they're also talking about it. These are life skills, being able to read the time on not a digital clock. I know those are everywhere, but it is also important to learn how to read a clock. And also money. Money is also a big topic. It's really important to understand how to count money. And so this is the allowance game. And many of your kids might receive an allowance, whether or not they do, working with money. Kind of similar setup to that of Monopoly. So it's the first one to save $20 wins the game. My girls also really enjoy this, and there all are coins as well as dollar bills in here. So they have really been enjoying that. Last thing from Lakeshore. Now this isn't the only one that we have of these big boxes. On days that sometimes the curriculum might just seem kind of dry, or we just can't get into it for whatever reason, or the curriculum's running fine, we're in sync with it, everything's going, but say I just feel like we need another day or two to practice whatever concept that is. I love these folder games from Lakeshore. They're absolutely amazing. There are several folders. So this one has 10 folders in it, and I'll kind of show you one of them here. Let's see here. So they'll come with the folder, and the directions are on the front here. You open it up, and this is what the game board looks like. And then there's a little envelope that goes with each game. You kind of assemble it, put everything in the envelopes when you first get them. And you also have an answer card in each that goes with each file folder. So you have answers on here, and then you play according to the directions. And as you're moving through it, it's like, it's a game, it's more fun, it's interesting. I am even more engaged in anything that I'm more interested in than I am, say, sitting down and talking, I don't know, about car parts. Like, I'm not going to be nearly as interested or learn as much because I'm not interested. So when you give a path to learning that invites your children and gets some interest, and they can say, oh, this is kind of fun. They can get siblings involved. You can sit and play with them. They don't even take that long. Also, what I have really enjoyed as well is whatever material these are made out of, I can take our dry erase marker and go ahead and write on them. for certain ones, maybe you have to get, not for this one necessarily, but other games, maybe you have to get so many in a row or what have you. So I can go ahead and make an X or write an answer so that we can keep an idea of where we're at, because sometimes game pieces, they kind of slide around. It's just something that I have enjoyed doing. So that is just one of the elementary folder games. And in here, they talk about multi-digit place value, rounding decimals. Let's see what else. Place value to 100,000, comparing and ordering numbers, expanded notation and numbers in word form, rounding whole numbers, multi-digit place value, ordering decimals on a number line, decimals in expanded notation and word form, decimals in place value, rounding decimals, and multiplying by powers of 10. I also have a whole box of these that's all about multiplying. So I know I'm going to be pulling those out probably this summer. The last thing I wanted to share with you that we've been enjoying, I found this for $5 at a local thrift store, and it's called Great States. It's a board game, but it's kind of fun facts. We don't play in terms of you get to this point and you win. We just take turns, and you are talking about fun facts. You're talking about landmarks, locations, capitals, and these things, once they are repeated, they sink in, and it gives the colorful map, the colorful board game here, gives life, and all the facts, they give life to something that seems maybe kind of pointless. So I love the questions that this game provokes too. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I know when we played last, my girls were really curious, and they were so excited, mostly to figure out whichever state it happened to be, who could be the first one to find that state first. So this has brought a lot of fun to our family, and if you are working on states, that could be a great thing to throw in. And you could only have it out for, say, 10 minutes if you wanted. You could set a timer for 10 minutes and, hey, let's sit and play this. And you'd be surprised that over time, how much the kids are going to take away from all these things. And once again, it's like, you don't have to spend all afternoon playing a game. You could, but you could set a timer for 10, 15 minutes. Maybe you have a half hour. Set the timer and say either this is how long we're playing for today and we're done, or this is how long we're playing today and then we can slide it over and pick up where we left off tomorrow. So no matter how you want to go about it, I just suggest that you bring a little fun into your homeschool day. It doesn't always have to be everything straight out of a book. And if someone's really, really enjoying a certain topic or subject, a game can definitely help just encourage them to keep going. And also, if someone is struggling with a certain topic, a game can help them maybe see past the initial struggle or the why do I have to learn this? Why is this important? For example, the allowance and the read the clock games, it's money and it's time, and those are skills that we need for our lives. So anyways, let me know down below in the comments what kind of games that you guys have played or what kinds you might have on your radar. I know it's always fun and exciting to find new games that the kids are just going to fall in love with that are also really beneficial to their learning skills down the road. Please go ahead, if you like this video, hit the subscribe and like button, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.